Start the stream. Then immediately adjust the position of the chair in a way that's going to be loud on the microphone instead of doing those things in the other order. What fun.
It does sound like fun.
I don't know why this chair is so creaky. I mean, certainly I've had it for a long time, but it's just like...
You have had it for a long time.
It makes so much fucking noise. What is there to make noise? What's the mechanical source of the noise? I ask you. So, hello everybody. Welcome VOD folk watching sometime later, and eventually live viewers watching sometime presently. This is just sort of a random stream. Didn't really have a lot of intent here. We just felt like streaming. We felt like that would be a fun thing to do. We have some games that are worth checking out, worth taking a little bit of a look at. And also, Amabel wanted to play some more Besiege. People seem to like seeing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get... There we go. We're streaming the vibes.
Streaming the vibes. We're born without intent, and that is how we will die.
I'm seeing the live chat, and then I'm going to... All right. Impromptu stream. We're playing some various things.
I almost said we're streaming impromptu, and then I was like, I don't actually know if you can use that word in that way. Can you say I am streaming impromptu?
Well, I'm saying I said impromptu stream.
I know what you said. I'm asking...
rather than as an adverb.
All right,
yeah.
why don't you just disregard my question then? Amabel,
okay,
Holland,
I will.
Famed video game professional.
Wait, what? What buttons? What are my buttons?
What are you trying to do?
Wait,
you played this game like 2 days ago. What are you trying to do?
I know. But then you have me play another game after that, and it's... I
know the first one's gone from your mind entirely. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to remember how to move.
How to, like, make it go?
Yeah, hang on.
The play button in the...
Okay, it's those arrow key... Right, so... Okay.
Okay, no, you're trying... Okay. Well, you do that. And I'm going to crack open this cold one.
Oh.
So you did cover your vehicle with explosives.
Right, okay.
And I will say that if you're going to do something like that, it may behoove you to engage in evasive maneuvers. Did you do that? Oh, you did. Where you made the release methodology for your explosives the same as the way you turn the vehicle.
Well, there's no other way for me to do it. It doesn't let me...
I disagree. There are other ways to do things.
Hang on.
Oh, here we go. Here's something.
Okay, hang on. So I can change this to...
I was thinking use a different, like, a whole different engineering methodology and parts and stuff, but this also will work.
Okay. But also, let's maybe if we just fire some normal everyday cannons.
Sure. It's wild to me that you still want that to be a left-right metaphor, considering that they're forward and backward. I don't know. I'm not trying to be in charge here.
I am an unusual creature. let's say that.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you. I'm strange. Okay. Boy, I'm so interested to see what is going to happen to the structure of this thing when you fire those cannons.
Me too.
I do think that the archers are going to have a bad day. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I didn't expect you to do any driving before firing. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought, was that there's just going to be a lot of explosive force.
Okay, well. Okay, so if I do the evasive, I can now drive evasively. Right, so if I can just...
Yeah, I guess so. Do you have the capability? Maybe. Can you? Remains to be seen. Oh! You really achieved an impressive height there.
Oh, okay, hang on.
It's pretty good dodging there.
Right, but this came loose. Why is this loose? Wait, hang on, that was... Okay. No. Get rid of... No! Okay. Hang on, get rid of all this. Okay, let me put things back where they belong. Hinge. Yeah, okay. We're gonna... Actually... Okay, and then get a piston. And we're going to change the piston to E in both cases. Okay, so we'll have one to take care of the archers, hopefully. Basket, basket, basket. Let me get the bomb. Bomb. Okay. So I'm going to drive, and I'm going to use its E. For extending and... Wait, what were the keys again?
Create
Q, yeah, Q and W up here, and then E, right.
All right, all you gotta do is play some high-speed explosive piano. Oh.
Oh, okay, F1, okay.
You did some kind of something.
I'm hitting the space bar instead of, okay.
All right, I believe in you. Okay, a lot of parts of that were pretty good. You did set yourself on fire.
No, I see that.
And I think if you're going to set yourself on fire, it's probably still doable to destroy the tower, but you're going to move pretty quickly.
Let me try it again this way and double my efforts. Maybe it'll work this time. Well, that's okay. Well, that just wasn't right at all.
What is it that you're doing with the camera? How are you?
It's just deciding to. I'm not doing anything with the camera. It's just doing that.
Because the camera doesn't move unless you move it. Is it possible that you have some kind of something that is a camera control also bound to something else?
Maybe. I don't think so though.
That didn't work out.
No. Okay. This. I might have to abandon explosives, and that really makes me sad. Because I do like that being kind of my only solution to problems.
The hinged piston arm is such a bizarre way to do things. It is a very signature sort of technology.
Well, it's closest thing I can come up with to a catapult. Hang on, if I just... So, let me do some iteration. Does this take care of my... No. Okay.
Yeah, those need to be higher, it would seem. You're shooting a lot of crossbow bolts into the ground directly in front of those guys.
All right. Let me get some. Oh, that's not what I meant.
So I've got a brilliant idea.
Okay.
What if you put a bunch of cannons on the front of the thing facing downward? Wow, you're actually damaging that stone wall with the force of your crossbow bolts. That's wild.
Okay.
The long periods of
might be
being
better.
stopped directly in front of the archers, I think, are causing you some trouble. You sort of like drive up there and then you're like, okay, now you guys get a turn.
I just have trouble driving, is the thing. Okay. So that's an excellent start. Okay.
That was pretty funny.
That's step one. Step two. Is rails. Let's see if this works.
You do seem to be having a little bit of a front heaviness issue, and then also your car broke in half.
Okay.
I think that was a pretty important wheel.
That was a pretty important wheel. Okay.
You fool, you left Constantine and Luther alive. They'll destroy you.
Okay. Well, that's okay. This is a challenge. Okay. Or for a little more compact. Okay. Okay. This should be fine.
Was it fine? Do you feel that it was fine?
No, it's not. It did not go as well. That first time I did it, it was beautiful. And the times after that have been less so.
You were definitely experiencing some difficulties with. So first of all, might I recommend not trying to drive up that staircase with a vehicle where the wheels are further apart than the staircase is wide. Secondly,
I don't know how to fix that. Secondly,
what do you mean you don't? You're the one who designed the vehicle. Secondly, it's obviously not working at all. Like every time your wheels make contact with the staircase, they just break off. So something is not ideal about that. But also, even if you got up there, like, okay. Now
use a
see
different button.
Now see, this is interesting.
U for up.
That makes sense.
U for up. U for up.
Hello, folks
up.
in the chat.
U for up.
Christian Johansson,
Now.
Cornflakes. What's up, y'all? It is an impromptu stream. It is a suddenly. Amabel wanted to play some Besieged. I wanted to take a look at the new Zach like, and maybe some other stuff will happen too. Yeah, so get some forward momentum, and then okay. See, this was my concern. If you only lift one edge of the car, it's just gonna do a sick flip.
Okay. Well, obviously, I can.
You are going to have to apply jetpack force to the other edges.
U. No, I want. Wait. There we go. Okay. And then U. U. Okay.
Hello, Andra. Welcome to the impromptu stream. Amabel is learning about propulsion, reinventing all kinds of
I still didn't do it.
reinventing all kinds of physics from first principles. Oh my God, Amabel.
Yeah.
No, never mind. It's not going to work. I had a thought, but I think that the initial cannon barrage would just tear off my entire plan. So. All right, where's this going?
Well, I need more lift.
Yeah, so you're making the machine heavier?
I'm creating more area to put cannons.
Okay. All right, well, as long as you you recognize the trade-offs. Weight is going to be something of an issue. Christian Johansson says, why do the wheels keep falling off? I think it's because they are not... Like, the hinges are thin. They're not particularly secure, and you keep applying a lot of force to them. Also, the archers up on the precipice are shooting arrows that are doing real damage, and they might be damaging the wheels or hinges with their arrows. I'm not 100% sure what is. But this.
I didn't. Okay, I gotta switch all those cannons. Right.
You can probably.
That's the problem.
Yeah, they're not all doing the same thing. What are the other options besides ball?
Chain shot.
Oh, interesting. Probably not relevant for this context, but interesting that exists. See, this is the problem, Amabel. You will take an option that you are handed and be like, how can I be a gremlin about this? But you don't see the ball selector and go, what else could I have? This is your problem for 37 years.
All right, you.
Now, see, a true dyed-in-the-wool killer would be handed this set of tools and saying, now what's this red button on the bottom do? This is a reference. I'm doing a fifth element right now.
Okay. Well, I forgive you.
I made the I made the other joke on the way to a Fifth Element reference, and that makes it acceptable. Whew. That's getting downright spicy. Can I make a recommendation?
Wheels on the other side.
That's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
So I don't know that this will work. Because of the way your plan is set up, the immediate cannon barrage might damage this too much for it to work. But you have this sort of plateau on the back of the vehicle, and you're currently firing these cannons, and the back of the vehicle sort of comes up and becomes the front of the vehicle for a moment. So if you were to attach some projectile launchers in that sort of plateau area facing what is currently up, after you fire the cannons, you've got this like big flat surface facing the tower, and you could just... I don't know if flamethrowers are going to have the distance. But you see what I'm saying? Like my concern with this is that you're going to fire that initial cannon barrage, and it's just the cannon pieces are going to go backward. They're just going to rip all this stuff off.
It's possible, but it would be very funny.
Okay. I agree with that. No, most of it survived. So you see, like, there's that moment where all of it's facing forward. This is a horrible plan. You made a machine that disposes of the evidence. The self-immolating siege engine. It's the perfect weapon. Hey, fake Alex Blue. Sorry to hear that you have to work. You have to do work for the man in any context, but especially in the context where it causes the stream to get missed. That's a real shame. So I don't know what you're planning on doing here, but do remember that if you put explosives into those things, they're just going to detonate when you fire the cannons.
Right. God damn it.
I'm saying just like even if it was just another set of cannons pointing upward, facing with a different button, and then
Pointing upward.
Yeah, like that,
Like this.
like that. With a different firing command, and then when you fire down, and it'll rotate these cannons into firing position, and also put you up in the air. Yeah. And then you can fire, and these will obliterate the tower. It's not the best idea I've ever had, but it is a very good idea.
It does mean we get done with this part of the stream sooner, so you can do the thing you want to do.
Hey, listen, I'm doing the thing I want to do.
Yeah, what's that?
Watching you play Besiege.
Okay. Okay, so it's C for
kill everybody. Kill everybody in front of you. Kill the C.
U for up, and then F for finish it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. Oh, okay.
You started driving the vehicle. A step I was not prepared for. Nice. Good start. No. You didn't pull the trigger.
I wasn't fast enough. There's so many buttons.
There's three buttons. Nice. Okay, so the drills are preventing with the extra weight on the back. It's not getting up enough anymore. It's not tilting up enough, and the drills are certainly providing some difficulty there. Yeah, and also providing no utility at all. So let's see how it works now. Nice. Okay.
That did some damage.
I don't think you should drive it. I don't know why you're driving it forward. I think you shouldn't drive it forward.
Because then it doesn't hit them.
Oh, okay. Those things are way shorter range than they look like. I see.
Okay.
Oh. You had a beautiful golden moment there. You gotta fire those upward cannons about quite a lot earlier.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know, I'm trying.
Oh.
Okay, well, I guess that works.
Wait, you just never... Wait, why was that different than the previous times?
The ball did it better that time. I don't think this is entirely deterministic. I'm going to do it again.
I think Yeah, okay. Were you just not getting close enough before firing before?
I guess not.
Amabel Holland.
Yeah. What?
Nothing. You're an incredible challenge.
Oh, okay, Andra. Andra missed it, so I'm going to do it again.
Okay. All right, but can we try it my way? Can you please execute my plan once?
Okay.
So don't get
All
quite
right.
don't get quite so close. Kill the guys, but don't kill the tower. Now, boom. Oh, the camera turning around really sucks. We miss the damage. Oh, you're firing over the wall and not at the tower because you're not dropped aligned with the tower. So you have to steer a little bit. Okay, well. So just steer a little bit. As forward and just tap left. Yep, and then do this. And then the cannons. Yeah, look at that. Okay, my plan works.
Your plan works.
We just create a mobile cannon bed that is powered by other cannons.
It looks like Nick says this is a Zachtronics game. And Christian Johansson said, "I bad rat physics the tower." What does that mean?
It does have the histograms. That's why we played this first to get into the mood. You're not familiar, you're not familiar with the video game Bad Rats. A famously bad video game with incredible physics and incredible everything else about it.
Hang on.
That's a real what?
There's a game called Bad Rats, and you've never told me about it?
No. That's a real something awful community kind of
what
vibe.
What does this relationship mean to you?
Bad Rats is extremely commonly referred to on something awful. Is very well known in that sort of circle.
Well, you should have told me about that then, because you used to be a gooner.
No. Hold on. Nobody used to be a gooner. Once and forever. Are you gonna do another zone? Are you happy with that, Amabel? You gonna do
I'm
another
happy
zone?
with this.
Okay.
That was the pre-stream. Let's do your.
There's no pre-stream. This is an impromptu stream. The Sunday show.
Show me your situation.
I'm trying. I'm currently doing it. The thing about the Sunday show is it has structure. We should come up with a name for it. But this show is a formless void. This stream is a formless void that we will bend over and pump full of our content. Oh dear. Audio.
Are you no longer? Can I stop streaming my thing or?
I would hold on just a fucking second while I try to figure out where the volume went. Video game was so loud. Video game so loud. Okay, there we go. The volume is under control. For some reason, my volume mixer is underneath the other windows and it won't come up to the top. It won't focus. So I apologize to everybody there. I thought that was going to be a real simple procedure. Okay, what were you trying to say, Amabel? Because I couldn't hear you over the other thing that was happening.
I was asking if you were ready for me to stop streaming, and then I got tired of waiting and stopped streaming.
Okay, yeah, we've been ready for you to stop streaming for hours, really. I mean, I don't think anyone had ever asked for it.
No, I appreciate that.
I love you.
I love you too.
Shit, I'm sorry, fake Alex Blue. I hope that I did not ruin your eyeliner. Listen, I don't mind ruining a lady's eyeliner, but usually consensually and in a different context than this one where we're trying out the U.V.S. Nirmana. This is a game that came out today. Today? Yesterday, maybe. The game that came out yesterday.
You can share it with me, right?
Would you calm down? That's cool. I wasn't doing an intro or anything. I wasn't talking. I was into literally mid sentence, doing my damn job.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you? This is U.V.S. Nirmana, a puzzle game, an engineering puzzle game that came out yesterday from a company called Coincidence. You might know Coincidence from Kaizen, a Factory Story, which came out last year. If you're not familiar with kind of their whole deal, it's the Zectronics. It's Zectronics. The Zectronics company is different now than this, but Coincidence is what Zectronics used to be. With the Zach and everything. I keep wanting to say Zach Kreger. That's not his name. That's a different Zach.
It's a different Zach.
But this is their new joint. We're just gonna figure it out together. Welcome to Komidai 2, the holographic civilization. I have not played even one moment of this. We are in here from the very beginning. Okay, well, see, that's just good news. Fake Alex Blue says, I did not, in fact, ruin their eyeliner. It's just a little more expressive than normal. You could say you encouraged a further queering of workplace norms, which is a thing that I always support. I really would love access to my volume mixer. There it is. Okay, I found it. Just like in-program volume meters are fine, but I love my volume mixer. Okay. Komidai 2. The Komidai civilization is regarded as a long-established and powerful existence in this area of space. However, the renunciants have determined that its basis is illusory. Changes to sense perception will reveal the holographic nature of this civilization. Reroute shape to motion, motion to depth, and depth to shape. Suggested meditation or meditation. Investigate how shape, motion, and depth can combine within the mind to create illusory forms as large and complex as a complete civilization. What? What an idea. Every mission has inputs which are provided for you and outputs which you must create. The diagram on the right shows the contents of inputs and outputs over time as your design runs. Pay attention to whether the pipes are full or empty and the color of their contents. Suggested meditation. What is the nature of the relationship between inputs and outputs? Drag the ends of right-facing pipes to create connections with left-facing pipes. Pipes can be any length but are limited in how much they can bend up or down in the pipeline grid. Use the pipe tool to create additional pipes. I love to do that. Suggested meditation. When pipes connect, what exactly is being joined? Okay, so shape to motion, motion to depth. Wait. We want and red coming. Yeah, this is right?
Probably.
Oh, I see. So we want green coming out of the middle, which is good. Yellow coming out of the bottom, which is good. And then red coming out of the top, which is problematic. I'm having a hard time. Because the pipes can only go so much. But they don't seem to like to go up at all. They can go down 2 registers, or maybe only the first one can go down 2 registers. But there we go, that works. I'm doing it? Question mark becomes exclamation point. I'm doing it. 0 flux.
Yeah.
Baby, there was so little flux. How are people doing it in
How do you feel about these metrics?
How are people doing it in 2 height? What did I do? The histograms tell me that I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, hold on. Keep editing. So the height thing is
you play these games.
what?
I don't. This is why I worry about you when you play these games. You're like, oh, the histogram tells me I'm stupid. And I'm like, honey, be nice.
Okay, I'm getting to grips with it. Hold on. Why would I be nice? To who? Me? That bitch?
Yeah. That bitch is my favorite bitch.
Okay, so you can extend vertically 2 spaces. You just can't do it within 1 column. Okay. Okay. Depth wants to wire depth. Wait, hold on. This is wrong.
It took your thing, yeah.
It goes. This goes to here. So basically, the problem here is I just am not. So this thing wants to. They can't be bending in the same cell.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to place a pipe like here. We need something that moves the bend, right? So now this. We put this here, connect it like that. That'll work.
Okay.
And when we hit play, the histogram is going to show me only one width because there's only new pipes in a single column. Right? So that's what the width thing is counting, is how many columns have new pipe tools in them. Okay, I get it. Height 3. I mean, height 3 makes sense as an answer. The thing I don't get is how some people are getting height 2. Because isn't it necessary that you use all 3 of the thing? One column, but all 3 rows are involved in the solution no matter what you do. So what is it counting that makes 2 even work? This is not critical. We don't have to spend so much time on this. I'm sorry. Okay.
How much time as you want?
I am trying to put on a show for the internet here, Amabel. I don't know if you forgot what we're doing.
Sweetie, is
trying to be
Zach Bronick
entertaining.
Show. The audience is...
All right. B7 Mimohi, the abandoned transfer station. We are at Mimohi transfer station. It appears to be empty, but the renunciants are able to perceive the faint traces of mind forms that used to be present here and which over time have dissipated. Recreate these mind forms in order to repopulate the facility. In a manner of speaking, right? Use the prana to supply to amplify the prana trace into form. Consider how form can be created by prana and what that implies about form. This is kind of brilliant, right?
It's something.
Okay.
I'm not. It's a lot. It's a lot already for me.
What do you mean? Like mechanically, it's very simple. It's just run input to output. But the Eastern philosophy layered over it, talking about the thing as though it is the thing, but also talking about the video game form of the thing, right? It's like a society of pipe making people producing in a video game the great persistence of images. Like,
yeah,
you understand
like
what
I
I'm
said,
saying?
it's a lot.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Conceptually, it's a lot. Yeah. Use sensors to detect when something is flowing through a pipe. When a sensor is active, its signal will turn on. Will turn on everything above and below it in the pipeline. To what degree does a sensor exist separately from the signal it detects? That one's easy, completely, because if it didn't, then it wouldn't work. Use valves to control whether or not a pipe allows contents to flow through it. Place a valve and a sensor in the same column to connect them together. Is a valve more or less important than the flow it controls? So everything's got to come out to form. So we want the trace reproduced everywhere. So I need to split this. How do I... Oh, get out of here. So we run this through to here. Whenever that's on, it fires signal down the line, right?
Okay.
And then does it pick up? Do I have to have... I thought I was paying attention, but apparently not. How do I connect the how do I make the sensor fire into the other pipe? Amabel, you were paying attention.
I was, but I didn't. Is that it?
No. So that's creating an on-off switch. We need the signal to be coming in, and then that's flicking the switch.
Nick says, notice how the valve only has 2 states, not 3. I'm not sure if that's useful or not, but I'm reading that from the chat.
So if we were to connect this here, right? Oh, sorry, not here because I need to go up twice. That's going to give us our needed output.
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, Christian. And thank you for... you said something very lovely, which is that you, Samhain, should listen to Amabel and not give yourself shit. She's been watching old Let's Plays, and you are so hard on yourself. Please take care. And that goes for Amabel in chat, too.
I wonder how old means there. Because there's definitely some stuff going on, you know. A degree of self-loathing that's caused by some issues that are fixed at certain points in my life. I'm trying to figure out how you would get a result that isn't 5 here. Because some people are finishing it with a result of 3. I get okay.
The height thing seems mysterious.
Out of curiosity, if I do this, does that report it as 4? It does report it as 4. Okay. So this row is no longer treated as anything happening in the row. So it's counting, for height purposes, it's counting the rows in which the sensor and the valves are, but it's also counting every row between the sensor and the valves, I think. Which means this should report as 3 height? Indeed. Okay.
And now you know how to...
I'm kind of understanding it.
If you wanted to fix that previous one, you'd know how to do it.
I'm kind of understanding it. Is that an H? Chrom sim again? It's a binary satellite.
This mix of philosophy and pipe making makes me think of whatever mythical culture those Mario brothers were from. That's Italy. Italy is where they're from.
If only Italy was real. Well, I mean, no, the Mario brothers are not from Italy. The Mario brothers are from the Bronx.
Is that canonical?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Mario Segale is a guy that the Nintendo people met in New York, not in Italy.
Okay.
The Renunciants have encountered an alien species with no visual aspect, as well as a counterpart species that has nothing but a visual aspect. Oh. Fascinating. Translate both non-visual and only visual information into a third substrate medium so these two species can communicate. Use the universal translator to change light and sound into thought. Are light and sound truly equivalent to thought? Is there something lost when translating between these sense objects? Okay, use multiplexers to connect one of two inputs to a common output based on input from a signal. Okay. So the valve is straight across until the signal comes up, and then the valve is bent. When flows are combined, is something lost? What is it? Use the control matrix to connect tools that are not in the same column. Placing a relay in a column will cause that column to activate the intersecting row. Placing a driver in a row will cause that row to activate the intersecting column. The number of relays and drivers in your design determines your flux score. Do flows remain the same, or have they been transformed after they have been redirected?
Cornflake says, "Hey, a transistor is I guess I don't know what a transistor is, so I'm gonna take their word for it." And
Whoa.
Andra says they're
Whoa.
from the Bronx, but they think it's Italy, like all Italian Americans.
Listen, I am not qualified.
Fair.
So the intended output is the union of the inputs, right?
Yeah.
You say yeah like that so casually, like you have any idea what I'm saying. So I need this to fire. Yeah. I need this to be firing whenever anything is live. What are you? This thing is cool looking, but I don't know actually what it does. Can you just plug into, oh, what does this do? Wow, I mean, it looks cool as shit when it's activated. So right, this won't work because right now this is just a light pass through. It will only put in the sound when the signal's activated, but when the signal's activated, it will also close out the light channel. What I need is for them to both be on and being fed into the thing at the same time. So how do I get them both fed in at the same time? I guess they are exclusive. There's no point where they're both on. So, like, it would be fine for sound to only be getting included. Like, it's fine for the valve to turn off the light when the sound is live. How do I get multiple outputs out of a... Are you a multiple output device? No, it does. I mean, it looks cool, but it does only, as far as I can tell, all this does is a pass through, and it glows real funny when it. It's like it's red and green. And it looks like it's. Is it activating? I don't know what this thing's doing. It's very cool looking though. So here's what makes sense in my head.
Okay.
Let me say this. What makes sense here in my head is that I would have two cables coming out of the sound thing. One of them running to here, and the other one running the sensor that would actually fire, that would tell this thing when to go off. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the way that the inputs are supposed to be read by the multiplexer. I am finding this a little more abstract than a lot of the Zectronics games. Because, like, this is what we want. It's just that we have to light this thing up in order for the valve to ever read the sound input. and it's not clear to me. Like the relays and the muxers and stuff, we place these on the grid, or do we?
No,
or they don't? Do they go? Do they go in the
relays and
bands?
drivers go on the bottom grid, I think.
Oh, this. Okay, I see. I mean, it's the same thing spatially. We need the thing that lets us, right? We need the sensor that is reading the sound input that fires this. But the sound only has one cable. Well, I guess, hold on. So is it this? Because the sound, it is doing a pass through at the same time it's activating the sensor, right?
Okay. I think so.
In my head, the sensor thing would just activate a sensor and would be a dead end for the signal. This is both of the functions that I needed. And I guess, hold on, for the purposes of height, we should wire it like this. But these things are the wrong color. That's where you get your... This thing makes it all yellow. Hey, how about that?
You feel good about that?
I mean, no.
You did a good job.
So here's the problem. There's a problem with the histograms.
Yeah.
The people who are doing this in 4 width are not doing it necessarily in 3 height. It looks like they are here, but you got to keep in mind with these that this is like the best anybody's ever done on width, regardless of what they got for the other scores.
Yeah.
You can drive yourself crazy trying to accomplish all of them at once. I'm not going to bother. We could, you see how we could tighten this up. I'm going to move on. But okay, I get that.
I'm just mildly teasing you.
So that beautiful thing was a recolorizer, basically. It converted the thought and everything into thought.
I need to step away real quick, so...
How dare.
When I come back, I'm sure you will have solved the next puzzle.
Okay. She abandons me to the wolves right as we reach the nebula of reobservation, where obviously I would need the most help. Welcome to Nagarahara. The renunciants are delayed in their journey through the nebula of reobservation, Nagarahara. Here, it is not possible to observe because reobservation takes place before observation can occur. To open the path forward, mirror the observer until observation is allowed. Use the prana, apana, and vyana supplies. How is this diacritical mark supposed to modify the pronunciation of this? Is anybody familiar with spoken fucking... I'm not super up on Buddhism. Am I saying these words right at all? We must imitate sense and reroute it to mirror. By mirroring prana, apana, and vyana, observation takes place before reobservation. Elucidate in detail what is happening during this process. Somebody, please. So, use color sensors to detect when a specific color is flowing through a pipe. When we detect color using a color sensor, at what exact moment does the color become perceived? Yeah, well, the thing is, if time is spatial, and here we must understand that it is, then everything's a nightmare. Everything's a nightmare always. So we have an always on. See, the thing is, like, you could absolutely express these ideas in very simple computer parts terms, right? We have an always on this voltage and that voltage and whatever. And almost all of the difficulty that's being introduced here is in the conceptual layer where we're saying green means prana and not plus 3 volts. And actually that in itself is thematically appropriate to what the game is doing. Like, it's kind of a brilliant design. It's sort of like staggeringly brilliant and beautiful. And
And I'm back.
Sorry. Anyway.
What? You said something was staggering, brilliant, and beautiful? Are you talking about me?
Yes, I was talking about you.
Okay. It's a weird thing to do when I'm not here to hear it.
Why? So, okay. So we have a sense line that just has to be duplicated to the mirror line. Does everybody else agree with the thing I was saying? And if not, why not? The problem here being that there is no way to do a dual. There are no splitters. In the universe of this game, there's no splitting. So we need to use the green and red sensors. Okay. We use the green and red sensors as inputs on multiplexers. This is going to be a little tricky spatially. Don't go down yet. Hold on. Because what we want to do here is feed a yellow line across, but draw green in over the yellow whenever there's green in the sense line, and draw red in over yellow whenever there's red in the sense line. Right? So it's something like and then the yellow is like this. And I'm going to just use a pipe. It's something like that, conceptually. Right, and we could squish that together, shape-wise, but for like clarity of what's actually happening, that's what it is.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
So
because there is no splitters. There, like, the thing you would do in real life is just install a splitter in the sense cable and route it to two different outputs, right? But we are not given splitters, so we have to rely on the actual signal data to do a rewrite of one of the lines onto the other, and we're only given sensors for two of the colors. So we could bring the height down. Somebody did it in 3 height. There's a very small percentage of players who figured out how to do this in 3 height. So like the idea behind that would be you just run this whole thing here, and there's 4. If you did the cabling very carefully, when you use when you change heights on the cable, it always tries to do so as early as possible. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to squeeze another column out of this. I don't know, whatever, it's fine. It's good enough. Okay. J9 Taka, the infected transfer station. And when you look into J9 Taka looks back into you. A harmful infectious agent is present in species populating the transfer station at J9 Taka. Before the renunciants can enter this station, special targeted medicines must be distributed to each approximate species type, or each appropriate species type, depending on their chirality. When the dextro signal is on, route dextro to dose. When the levo signal is on, route levo to dose. When the mix signal is on, use the mixer to combine dextro and levo, and route the mixture to dose. The dextro species requires dextro medicine. The levo species requires levo medicine. Reflect how medicine must be appropriate not only to the disease, but also to the patient. Use demultiplexers to connect a common input to one of two outputs based on input from a signal. Suggested meditation. Who is writing this? Who is reading it? Some missions include named signals which function as inputs or outputs for your design. In this mission, these signals are inputs that specify what your output should be. Indeed. Don't they just? So when no signal is on, no output should be running. Okay. So I'm going to need a sensor in each of the lines. Well, hold on. So we want to do... We have this mixer now. So this is how we produce yellow. Presumably what comes out of here is just yellow. Yeah. Okay. The components are not always like super clear about what color, you know, like the big thing that we had before. I had to deduce that it output a yellow signal because otherwise the puzzle wouldn't be completable. It would be nice, I think, if we're a little clearer on the component. Like this output's yellow no matter what its inputs are. But that might just be, like, conceptually union will always be yellow. I don't know. Because sometimes we just have a straight yellow input. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So... I need a green signal so when we're getting mix, drive that. When we're getting mix, they go to here and they produce the yellow. When we're getting... Can I box select stuff? I can. Wonderful. That's probably too far. Okay. So when we're getting... I don't need sensors in here. The sensors are down here. I need valves up here. So I need to split the dextro signal when the mix signal is on, these need to run. When the mix signal is not on, these are going directly to steady outputs that are valved to be activated when... So this is going to be my Levo line. How are you doing, Amabel, with this stuff? What's happening in your brain? Talk to me.
It's I'm glad you like it. It's a little bit much for me.
So I'm trying to explain my thought process, but I'm also having the thoughts kind of too fast, and also part of the problem I have with talking about these games is ephemerality. I have an idea, and then before I can vocalize the idea, I've iterated on it or I've dismissed part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I were to convert the thing I'm doing to speech, first of all, I would have to slow the whole process down a lot. And secondly, it would be a lot of like quarter sentences, which I guess is already what I'm doing. It's a lot of, if I connect that here, then, oh, wait, no, then what we should do instead is this, but except that, like,
I think it's valuable for you to be showing that process, though.
It's hard. It's hard for me to
I
know what to say, like what is useful to say for the viewer.
Yeah. I like something I think it's something.
Nicely said.
Something I
Well
think
done.
about a lot is the way your job involves speaking as you're doing, speaking extemporaneously, and being able to do that in an entertainment product without the benefit of like rewriting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never do that. As people who have tried to watch some Let's Play series I'm on can certainly attest. I like when I do a video on something, I have written and rewritten that and able to present the information in a way that's not about me figuring out as is going on. So your job is very difficult, is what I'm saying. First of all, and I think you're doing a good job with this. I feel like it's a complicated thing, right? And is going to be complicated. And I think I mean, this looks like, I don't know what this does, but it looks like it fits together.
Okay, so this is the raw levo signal. This is what should be coming through whenever levo is live. This is the raw dextro signal. This is what should be coming through whenever dextro is live. And wait, no. These are exactly wrong, right? The raw dextro signal is always coming through. I've already done this part at the valves. So we're getting dextro. Right. So this is the mix. I have to. I have the function of the multiplexers backwards in my head. Whenever mix is live, whenever the bottom pipe is the live thing, that needs to be fed through to here. Or also whenever levo is live, this needs to be open as well, because levo and dextro are both coming through, or levo and the mix are both coming through this pipe from the mixer, from this other multiplexer. Then this needs to be open whenever levo is live. Okay. Does this machine make sense to you?
I mean, I just saw you explain it, and every step is like, okay, but now looking at it, I've lost it. This might be me. That's just me, I think.
I don't know. Like I think that you
my
are
ability to follow.
I think that you are probably a pretty good surrogate for some portion of the audience.
Nick says, "Can you imagine if this was the pipe mini game in BioShock?"
I do love Pipe Dream. There should be like a cool modern version of
Pipe
Pipe
Dream's
Dream.
more my speed.
So are these valves actually doing anything? If this valve weren't here, then the dextro line would just be running all the time. Not just when the dextro signal is on, right? Like this pipe would be painting green whenever these two signals are not active. So the valves are important because they're shutting off the flow of green and red when we don't have active signal. All right, now for histogram optimization purposes, right? We can pull this back to here. Put this in the same column as that. I can't tighten this up anymore, but we could move this forward. So that's in the same column as those things. And that brings my width down, doesn't it? No? Wait, does it not? Oh, I broke it. Oh, right, I broke it by putting the sensors in the same line. They actually can't be that way. So you would put this here, and you would put this.
Like,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Why are the valves only after the demultiplexers?
It's a great question. Hold on. I broke the machine while trying to make it sexy. It's the levo. Because that should be running through there. This should be open when the levo signal is open. But it's currently... Oh, it's because I moved because I moved this without moving the associated signal. Yeah, duh. Okay, that didn't change my width at all. What is it measuring in width? Is it so like the length of the pipe is being included in the width sometimes? Or is it just measuring from leftmost to rightmost? Like if I move this, I thought it was just measuring the number of columns in which important things were happening, but like, is it just measuring from the leftmost intrusion to the rightmost intrusion? Yes, it totally is. Okay, that's interesting. Sorry, the question: valves after the plexers. So if I take this valve out and just make this a straight pipe, you see the green signal is anytime that the green signal is not being actively rerouted to mix, it's feeding all the way through the machine. We have to have a valve after the pass-through in order to turn it off when we're not getting the signal that says that should be delivered. Does that answer the question? I hope that answers the question.
I mean, it does for me.
I'm assuming I can't do a cable pass-through on this thing. No, okay. Because I was going to say, if I can run a cable underneath this thing, then we could swap this down a level. I could achieve another level of height loss. I still probably could, actually. If I think I could get this down to one fewer column. Or not one fewer column, but one fewer row. I mean, if I were really cautious about it. So this would wind over top of this thing then in that case. Or I could slide this forward. This doesn't matter. I don't need to do this. Cornflake says, I'm mostly wondering why after and not before. Because if I put the valve before the multiplexer, then we're cutting off the dextro whenever the dextro light's not on. And that means there won't be dextro signal available for the mixed signal. Right, if the green cuts off here whenever it's not go green, then there's no green to be put into the yellow signal. But we need green in both of those cases. Does that make sense?
Does to me.
Nick says, I broke the machine while trying to make it sexy is a killer prompt for an 80s post-apocalypse movie. Honestly, I broke the machine while trying to make it sexy is the prompt, is actually the plot of a huge number of 80s horror movies starring various kinds of robots. To a certain extent, it's the plot of the film Chopping Mall.
That's true.
Do you remember Chopping Mall, Amabel?
I remember Chopping Mall,
A huge disappointment in the sense that it does not involve almost any chopping. Yeah, see, some people did it in 4. It is doable in 4. I can absolutely see how you would do it in 4.
It does involve lasers, though. That's pretty good.
It does involve way more lasers than you might expect from the title. That is pretty cool.
Well, the original title was was the original title of Chopping Mall?
Laser Team. Laser Squad. Laserberg. Welcome to Laserberg. Amabel, was it Welcome to Laserberg?
It was originally titled Killbots.
Okay, well, that's a very bad name.
And the studio made it. Is it a better name than Chopping Mall?
Well, it does. The movie does take place in a mall. Chopping Mall is a better name than Killbots because it does describe something interesting that is specific to the movie.
Okay.
Killbots is a bad movie name for the same reason that horror would be a bad movie name.
Okay. Now, what if it's called Killbots in the Mall?
Killbots in the Mall is better in terms of clarity, but somewhat worse, I think, in terms of aesthetics.
All right. How do you feel about The Phantom of the Mall?
The Phantom of the Mall is a different movie than that.
No, I know. I'm asking how you feel about it.
Okay. It's no Phantom of the Paradise.
I'll agree with you there.
Do we want to see more of this? How are people feeling? Because there's a couple other games that came out recently that I was...
Do you want to... I mean, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling... I'm feeling like a service top. I don't know what to tell you.
I want to move on.
I'm feeling like I want to deliver what the people want.
Hey, chat. Do you want to watch something or do something else?
The delay is going to make this kind of...
Cornflake says, I'm fine with more.
Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna maybe jump over to some forbidden solitaire.
Okay.
Small parasitic organisms originating from the mines of Atali 4 were drawn to the U.V.S. Nirmana's Vega drive engines and have eaten away at the substrate, slowing the ship's journey. Direct pulses at the correct frequency to shake off these organisms. Use the prana and apana supplies to create both near and far field pulse waves. Okay. Reflect how the progress of the renunciants may be affected by external factors, and how the judicious use of prana can be employed to correct course. We have toggles. By automatically alternating each cycle. If a toggle that alternates each cycle is expanded to infinity, is it ultimately stateless? No. That was an easy one. The answer is no. Is this not just this? Oh no, because the near and the far don't work the way I want them to. Is this not just this? Wait, show expected? Near is first. But in my output, near was not first. Wait. Near, far, far. But red is supposed to be to both of the fars, and green is supposed to be to both of the nears. I was doing it right, sort of. Except that it wants them switched on the bottom. Yeah, that's bizarre. Height 7. Okay. Oh, well, all right. I see what you're saying. Because you could collapse these two together. That was not a real puzzle. That was just, how does the toggle work? Sometimes that happens in these games when you get a new piece. So, like, you really got to understand this because we're going to use it in the next puzzle in some way that's horribly, horribly devastating to your brain. You know Amabel?
Yeah.
She's not present. She's just...
I'm present. I just said yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah means I'm present.
I mean, this is the thing. This is the U.V.S. Nirmana from Coincidence, which is not Zachtronics, but is Zachtronics. Suggested meditation. If you had a ship and you slowly replaced each plank one by one.
Nick asks, what's the biggest whiplash between quality of the title and quality of the movie that you've seen?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. This is almost
Definitely
certainly
the movie.
it's almost certainly
Right.
going to be like a movie where the title was exciting and then the movie was boring, right? It's not going to be the other way around.
Right. Gosh, I'm trying to think.
Okay, well, you have to be the one who thinks fast and is entertaining on
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because I'm the one who's
sorry.
doing all the technical work.
Okay. You know what? This is not the biggest whiplash, but it is a pretty big whiplash. Slaughterhouse.
Ooh, Slaughterhouse is a real good example. Because that title is very exciting, then the movie was not very exciting. Guess what I just found while thrifting? You remember that weird violent card game Mom saw on TV when we were kids? The one she made us promise we wouldn't play? Oh, good. Dude, no way. You found a copy of Forbidden Solitaire? I remember wanting to play it so bad when I was little. You gotta let me borrow it after you're done with it. Extremely jealous right now. Thanks, Emily. Fuck off, Emily. Statistics? So I guess content warning for this part of the stream. There's going to be some graphics. Oh, when you open up content warning, it actually opens a PDF. Wow, this is thorough. Let me get this on screen here. This is fascinating. So this is their content warning guide. It is a 3-page PDF with like a bunch of levels of indication and good on them, you know? Good on them for putting this thing together in case you know somebody's like really very sensitive to something or
Okay.
That's really cool. Okay. Anyway. We just installed it, Amabel. Are you ready to try it out?
Yeah.
Do
Or
you
for you
love-
to try out. It's on your computer, so I'm okay.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like gory in this kind of sense. In a very dungeon keeper kind of way.
There is a secret to defeating death. Somewhere beyond the Blood Rock Mountain and through the deadly valleys of Gravewood, there it lies. Known only by legend as the Forbidden Dungeon, it is said that any soul daring enough to plunge its depths may unlock the secret to immortality in the heart of its deepest chamber. The question is, how badly do you wish to live forever?
And the answer is cards. Check it, Amabel.
Okay. All right. Content warning was correct. There were eyes exploding out of a face there.
So what do you think of that, Amabel? Amabel Holland? Shove that up your ass and smoke it.
No.
You approach the steps of the Forbidden Dungeon as it looms over you, waiting for its next victim to willingly enter its labyrinthian jaws. Step by cautious step, you approach the entrance. As you reach out to open the old wooden door, you find it pulls back against you, locked for the betterment of man's kingdom. Not for long. 'Cause I can play solitaire, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta clear all the cards on the puzzle levels. So, you click on a card one higher or lower than the card at the bottom of the screen to put it onto the stack. And then again, and then again, and then again. When there are no more playable cards, we draw cards from the stockpile. You can do rapping at the king. Just like in Hamilton.
That's right.
You started a combo. By playing 6 cards in a row. Keep combos going to generate mana. Click end combo when you need to draw a new card. And then we can use the mana to cast spells and shit. Oh, look at that. We're earning. Unfortunately, we are now out of combo potential. This is a little awkward. 7, 6. And then it's like you have to pick 7 or 5, and whichever one you pick, you don't have the access to the other ones. You got to draw stock. There we go.
Victory.
Onward.
They definitely are getting. This definitely feels like they're getting the style of the time, from my understanding.
And yeah, and some of you may recognize the gameplay. Those of you who are solo card game fanatics who are like way into solitaire may recognize that the mechanics here are exactly those of Regency solitaire or Shadowhand solitaire, and that is because the gameplay stuff was designed by that company. It is actually the Regency solitaire people. So finally, the door gives way to your sorcery. You take your first step within, blinded by the darkness. Amabel, I think this video game might be haunted.
Oh no.
Fucking Ben drowned up in here. With a spark, you light your fingers like a torch, illuminating the room with a dim light. A dark maze of stone surrounds you. In the distance, you can hear a faint groan. You walk toward the source of the agony and soon see before you a poor crying soul impaled upon a bloody spear. Surely you can spare a moment to free them from their misery. With a slight struggle, you pull the spear from their belly and they collapse onto the floor. As you turn to leave, you suddenly feel a horrible pain in your foot. Oh no! You look down and see this agonized creature has hungrily sunken its teeth into your ankle. You realize with horror this is no man you have freed, but a cannibalistic beast. But it has to be a man in order for it biting me to be cannibalism.
Also,
right?
That blood looks like it's from Reboot.
That's great. This is the blood from Reboot. Emily, I'm playing video games. What? You've reawakened my obsession with this game. I'm going to do some digging when I get home. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll find it on an abandonware site or something. I blame you for any/all digital crimes I may or may not commit this evening. Well, I'm not responsible for what you do on the dark web.
Nick says, I remember they made a game of a cowboy with a mask that was also solitaire.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Andra...
Lazuli correctly points out that thing is squeezing the Play-Doh right out of my leg. That is what I am made of.
Andra mentions he dropped an oat biscuit in tea for too long and it fell and disintegrated. And I also am sorry for your loss.
Every part of that sounds miserable, especially the part where you have tea.
I love tea. Also, like an oat biscuit, like that's like a cookie, right? Like an oatmeal cookie, maybe.
No, it's like a particular kind of cookie, sort of. It's like a crisp. It's like it's wafery, sort of.
Okay.
So, turn-based combat. In the combat encounters, we clear cards to increase damage and then click end turn. The enemy has an action indicator here. They're going to bite us for 1 damage. You can see we have a limited amount of HP, as do they. And let's play some fucking Regency-ass solitaire here. So, clear an ace. Not too good. I believe that's the end of our turn.
You can't put the ace on the ace. It has to be a higher or lower.
Right, it has to be off by 1. So like here, we can hit this jack by going 10 and then back up to jack.
And then another 10.
So we're stacking up some damage here. Every card we add is another bit of DPS, and the zombie doesn't get to do anything every turn. So 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, I should have taken one of these 4s. That was silly. I should have taken this 4 because it would have flipped over 2 cards. Amabel, why am I bad at everything?
Good question.
4 is pretty bad. You said there's a good question? Why? Why would you do this to me? Jack back up to queen, king, ace. Oh, this is beautiful. 2, 3, 4. Look at that. 7 damage. We generated all that mana. But that is where it ends. Okay. 9, we can go 9, 10, 9, 8. Click refresh to deal new cards when you run low, because obviously we do need to, continue killing the enemy. But for the moment, let's take this 7 and this 6. And then, yeah, give me a refresh. Bam. Got him. You stand over the creature's unrecognizable corpse, having overcome the first of the Forbidden Dungeon's many dangerous trials. Well, there you go. You hear a strange voice coming from a nearby wall. Turning around, you see an eye peering out from behind a missing brick. I can help you. Very cautiously, you approach the voice. Oh, cool. It's the shop. Would we like a Temporalite, which allows you to undo 1 action per hand? Or 10 extra health? I don't need to undo actions, but I can't afford the other thing. Yeah, alright. There you go. Now we're powerful. Now we're playing with power.
A Foodiary asks, when will you continue your Rain World The Watcher playthrough? I thought you finished that.
I didn't. I got very discouraged when it turned out that the methodology I'd been using to navigate the world was based on a misunderstanding. Yeah. Maybe ever. Maybe. We'll see. I have to be honest, I do find Rain World very stressful, and there's things about the game's gameplay and the exploration and stuff that I think are almost unequaled in other games. It is stressful in the bad way. Like, tension is good. You need some tension for gameplay to feel like anything at all. But Rain World stresses me out in a way that's like, I actually am like, it feels bad, man. I would like to finish it. I can't promise that I will. We'll see is what I'll say. Also, every time I play Rain World, I don't know how much of this surfaces, but every time I play Rain World, I have to deal with like an influx of people being very fucking weird about Rain World. If you've been to the subreddit, you might notice that many of the rules of the subreddit are specifically about Rain World posting, and those are not like that just out of nowhere. Those are like that because multiple incidents occurred. Rain World is one of those games that has a real weird, extremely toxic fandom, and I'm sure that this represents a very small percentage of the people who like Rain World, but it's a large enough number of people in total that I've had multiple problems with people being very weird to me on the internet in a persistent way over me just trying to play Rain World the way I play a video game. So that does discourage me somewhat.
Yeah. No, I would rather you...
Anyway, I'm stumbling back into the darkness.
Okay, yeah, I'd rather you play things that you enjoy.
We're lost, Amabel. But I do hear groaning in the distance, so that sounds fun. Let's find the way forward with haste. We search the dungeon. Oh, damn, surprisingly no luck on any of the pirate sites. Why, it's almost like the game never came out. I guess some parent groups made it their holy mission to destroy as many copies as possible, so it's rare now, dude. You should rip that shit and upload it. Preserve it for the good of gaming. But yeah, no joke, the controversy around this game looks like it was batshit. I think I found the news story that must have freaked Mom out. Are you ready for this?
A group of demonstrators gathered outside the Heartblade Interactive offices this morning in protest of a controversial new video game called Forbidden Solitaire. The game, a dark fantasy adaptation of the classic game Solitaire, recently found its way to stores and quickly drew criticism from parent groups for its violent content. The game includes graphic scenes involving eye gouging, impalement, bloody rituals, and more.
There's no reason for it to be this violent. It's fucking Solitaire!
The software company responsible for the game, Heartblade Interactive, has declined to comment in the wake of the controversy. The company's founder is former fantasy author Lucas B. Hart, who has recently been working to keep the game from being banned in several countries, including Germany, Brazil, and...
So, those of you who are on social media, social media, especially indie games, social media, might recognize that the company's founder there depicted in the crown is Xavier Nelson, the strange scaffold guy.
Oh, okay.
which is a delight. It's like it's the opposite of the Fred Armisen jump scare. Whenever you're playing an indie game, there's like a 30% chance that Xavier's going to show up and you're just going to be like, oh, hey, cool. Yeah, fuck it. Let's search the dungeon. Find the hidden secret and clear the cards to continue your quest. I would love to find the hidden secret. Unfortunately, there's not a ton I can do with this king. Check that out.
Okay.
Still not actually a ton I can do with this king. All right, 4. 4 is good. Let's go 3, 4, 5. 4, which 4? This 4. That 4? This 4. Ah, I'm a fool. Well, we can pick up this wild joker, and then at any time I can play this, and then it can be placed. Anything can be placed on top of it. But I think right now we're not desperate. I just need a new card. Okay, ace is good. Ace king didn't get me where I was going, so we'll try again. Ace. This 2 is not going to flip anything over, so we know we won't be able to go any further off of that. All right, show me another card. Queen is wonderful. Let's jack. 10. 9, 8. 3 mana and some gold.
That's 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 8, yeah, going back up to the 8 definitely does not help us. All right, I'm gonna do this. We'll use our joker to get the 2 off of there. We found the secret. Okay.
Wicked combo.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty wicked myself. Amabel and I have been playing in our off time a little bit of Yarg, the open source. Well, mana doesn't really help us here because we don't have any spells yet. The open source like Guitar Hero type clone, and it has been a great time. But for some reason, in the latest update, they added like a weird robot voice where every time you get a high score on a song, it shouts high score at you after the song is over.
High score!
I'm never ready for it. Queen, we were looking for something pretty specific here. There we go. What do you think? Up or down?
Up.
Amabel, you fool. Okay, that'll work. And then if we can get to one of these, your mana's fully charged. Mana storm. Fuck these cards. Aw. There we go. The Mana Storm was not very impressive considering the amount of buildup it required.
Yeah. Nick asks, ever played Trombone Hero?
I have not played Trombone Hero, but I've certainly seen it played. I am familiar with the thing.
Andra says super hot in all caps. I'm not sure what that means.
Hot. Super hot. I thought super hot was a real... Oh, boy. Boy, I had feelings about super hot.
I don't know what super hot is, other than you are super hot, my super hot girlfriend.
And thank you, sweetie. SB, will you play Endless Space 2 again? Maybe. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say about Endless Space 2 right now.
Okay.
Maybe. Suddenly the groans grow louder, and you turn around to see a hideous sight. The very corpse you left behind, now a shambling abomination. It looks very similar to the way it looked before. Through a miracle of the darkest forces, it still lives, and it's after my Play-Doh. Pretty scary?
Pretty scary.
You think it's scary?
Yeah.
Are you terrified? We can go to the shop. No, let's fight this monster. So there's an instant piercing damage card here, which I guess I'll hit just so we can turn some stuff over. All right, the 7's not going to reveal anything, so let's go 9, and then end our turn on that. This is awkward. Sorry, this thing does not deal damage very quickly. King, you'll take this. Ace, and then up through the bottom. Hey, not bad. Click this card to gain some temporary defense. Well, it is about to bite us, so we may as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're lining up for some
other 2
decent
and then
runs here. Combo. So we could wild because we're on our combo now. We could wild and then go like 9-8-7, hoping to flip a 6 over in some of this stuff so that we could connect the 5.
Okay.
I'm generating lots of mana, so I want to prolong this turn as long as possible. Once you get up into combo range, it sort of behooves you to stay up there if you can. Alright, I know how to refresh the cards. Do we want to stay in here? I'm sorry, the options are just end turn or end turn and refresh. We kind of have the grounds for maybe a little bit more combo. I think I'm just gonna take a redeal. Okay, just got to get to 2 damage, which we absolutely can do. Or sorry, Queen, then Jack, then 10. Now we don't really need to press anything else, but also, what if I did? I don't think there's any value in overkill. I don't think you get anything for overkilling the monster. Except a sense of satisfaction. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The creature lies unflinching before you, reduced to nothing but bones and sinew. That was
also
sinew.
Play-Doh.
No, that was sinew.
Okay.
You redirect... what do you think Play-Doh is? You redirect your attention back toward the hidden door. There has to be a mechanism somewhere to open this. We just need to find it. Hold on. So I got some money. Let's go to the shop. We could buy a shuffle joker. I don't need a shuffle joker, but give me the health thing. There you go. That's exactly where you want to wear that. Now everybody's going to think we're engaged. To unlock this suit lock, play diamond suit cards until the counter reaches 0. Interesting. I'm guessing you're busy playing the game now. Not that you ever respond to my text timely either way. Okay, Emily, damn. But check this shit out. Is this the most 90s ass ad or what? This ad looks like this ad looks like those tube yogurts taste. You'll play so much it will be in your blood. If this was a real 90s video game ad, they would have found a way to put some cleavage in this thing.
Yeah. Or just like insult you. I feel like those are the two genres of '90s ads. Is
John
like
Romero
weird
says,
sex.
"You're a stupid bitch." The internet.
So Fuad, she has played Humankind. I don't know if she's played Frostpunk or not. She has played Humankind on the channel previously. In fact, we did it on. There was a whole series she did that I was on, where she played it quite recently. Humankind.
I have never played Frostpunk, although I am aware of it. I'm familiar with what it is. This 2 doesn't connect very well. I mean, we'll take the ace. Well, okay, hold on now. Diamond lock didn't help us. I mean, I'm sure I had to get under that in order to solve the level, but 7's pretty okay. I'm assuming this 7 is blocking the mechanism, even though it's kind of only on the border. So I do think we're going to prioritize that over the other 7. Okay, just kind of hoping. Oops, you missed a card.
Yeah, you could use that.
Oh, yep, there's Jack.
And then use that 10.
Yeah.
Or
I think I'm gonna go Queen King, just to try to clear the.
Okay.
Oh, right. I went Queen King, and then there's a queen left over. Not that this queen needs to be, it's not a terribly important queen, but I wanted to make sure I got the. Apparently, that was not the exit. That was a secret. Didn't seem all that secret to me, frankly. Yeah, there's nothing here to do except for this. And we're in that space where it's just like only very narrow bands of cards are helpful anymore. 6 doesn't quite do it. Alright, that worked out pretty well. 5, 6. That's what the kids are always saying now, right? 5, 6?
5, 6, yeah.
You know how the children love their 5, 6. I feel like we've seen a lot of kings. We haven't seen a lot of 9s. There we go.
How are you? Like, the vibes of this thing are pretty great. How are you liking the gameplay?
It is. It's so fine. It's so basically okay.
That in and of itself is a kind of. It feels like an older game in that way. I'll say.
At last you find it, beneath the dust and rubble of a dark, cobwebbed corner. A switch. You depress it, and with a loud roar, you play Super Mario Galaxy. As the stone door slowly grinds open before you, rocky, pale debris begins to spill outward. As the door opens fully, it reveals its horror. A foul, salt-like stench fills the air. I tried to say foul and salt at the same time. Your eyes behold the passageway, filled to the brim with the calcified remains of countless corpses. To discover what's at the end of this chamber, you fear you'll have to disturb them. This is the card game for disturbing the corpses. I found this old magazine review of the game. Apparently it was so buggy they couldn't even finish it. So beware of bugs, I guess. Gameplay is deceptively simple, but opens up its strategic depth over the course of the game's runtime. The abilities are fun to use, but occasionally bug out, causing me to lose battles I was otherwise winning. And the graphics, while amazing at times, are disrupted regularly by groups of pixels appearing to come from some late-game enemy that didn't seem like it was meant to appear yet, as the game was fighting itself at every turn whenever it'd show up. In conclusion, while Heartblade Interactive may have captured the attention of pearl-clutching parents everywhere with its dark, gory take on Solitaire, it's just too glitchy to recommend to even the edgiest teen. One particularly devastating bug even prevented me from being able to see the game's conclusion. Perhaps Forbidden Solitaire should have stayed forbidden from store shelves after all. Romero's rating? Suck it down. That's what Romero thinks. Arbitrarily, let's say 7. Okay, well. Ace, king, queen. Need one more spade play. So destroy up to 3 random playable cards. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, those count toward the lock. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. So yeah, I definitely like during the solitaire segments, I do feel like I'm going, okay, come on, let's get this over with. Let's get to the next like cool spooky thing.
Yeah. There's a yeah. Well said, Amabel. I'm wondering if the solitaire levels are designed, or if it is like a random but solvable shuffle.
Yeah, I would be pretty surprised. I guess if these were all like hand built, because there just doesn't seem to be much of a reason to do that.
Yeah, but it.
7. There we go. Right, because given the number of options that you have as far as like building up or down, but also potentially blowing stuff up with lightning, especially if the lightning usage is totally controllable by the player and randomized in its targeting, it would be a little tricky to build a situation where like you have an enforced solution and it's the one you designed, right? Because you could you could destroy cards out of sequence.
But how would they make sure that it is solved? I mean, I guess there's math that the computer can do to make sure it's solvable. I remember playing solitaire games on my computer in the 90s, and some of those were not solvable.
Salty dust powders your lungs as you finally move the last bit of bony debris out of your way, revealing a clear path at last through the hidden passage. You gather your strength and step forward into the darkness. As you march your way through the shadowed hall, you hear your footsteps echo. You stop in place, but the footsteps continue. It's just as you feared. You're being followed. Guess what by? It's the Play-Doh Man. It's still alive. How could it still be living? My guess is it's probably not like living. Oh, this enemy has a point of permanent damage block. That's annoying. Is there anything cool in the shop? Aha, new gems. Combos start after 5 runs instead of 6. That's pretty cool. You know what? We have money and room in our hand for both of these. Ow. For some reason, that one seems to me like it would hurt more than the others.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right. And yeah, see, this is a different layout of cards than when we went to the shop, isn't it?
Okay.
So I think there were 2 skulls before.
Lazuli says it reminds me a lot of Inscription, but the game part is on the softer side. Maybe it opens up later.
I would be a little surprised, honestly, if it did open up to any significant degree. I don't think there's that much mechanical depth available, you know?
Yeah.
7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6. Extra mana. This is a pretty decent chunk. 4. That was probably the wrong 2, huh? Well, when we hit the ace, we have to go back up anyway. Yeah, I guess there's nothing to do here. But so like in a lot of these cases, there's like not really decisions to make, which is
Right.
disappointing. I don't know why I did that. I didn't need that this turn. It's because I'm not paying attention. The game does not particularly reward my attention, so I'm just not giving it. Which is petulant, perhaps? Right,
No,
this one I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive about the demanding reshuffles. I'm so sorry, you were just saying I'm being right and reasonable about things?
Yeah.
Feel free to continue.
No, I think you're being right and reasonable about things. You can get 3 to ace. Yeah, you see it.
Yeah. Alright, out of juice. He too was out of juice.
What was that other solitaire game that kind of spooky solitaire game that you like?
I'm not sure.
It was from the fella who did the space line game.
From the fella who did the space line game.
With all the lines in its space.
Sure, with all the lines in its space.
It was one of your games of the year. You played it several times on stream and on your channel.
Sayonara Wild Hearts?
One of your favorite games. Well, you keep playing this. Someone in the chat tell me what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay, Slipways. Space line game. Amabel, we gotta work on your nouns. So you're talking about you're talking about Solitume, which as far as I know is not out yet.
Oh, okay.
I do not believe that any new releases about Solitume have occurred.
Okay.
The formal Steam version of the game, Seal of Solitume, received a project update on April 17th. It sure looks like it's coming along.
Okay.
They're cooking.
I remember you playing some of it.
Yeah.
Maybe an early thing. And
look at this. Now we've reduced it to cartoon bone fragments. But you hear a rattling sound as the shattered remains begin to shiver. The blood begins to rise. Oh no. Oh no, Amabel. I Mortal Kombat 3'd it. You run down the hall as fast as your feet can carry you. An unholy shriek echoes throughout the chamber. Your heart leaps with joy as you witness a familiar sight approach. A door. The shriek grows louder. With swiftness, you attempt to pull it open, only for it to pull back against you. The door is locked. You turn around and witness a horrific sight. A hulking, malformed effigy of bones and tissue rampaging toward you. Alright, we gotta fight this hulking, rampaging boner. He's gonna bite me for curse.
how many times?
What?
How many times have I had to do that? It's just, it's just...
Rampaging is a strong word for it. Alright, so... afflicts cards and reduces my health by 5. I don't have enough health for you to be doing that kind of shit. This 9 already is kind of bad. So let's shuffle our cards up a little bit. Wow, that's a hairy hand. Holy crap. 8, 7. Lucky. 6. Then the luck ran out. Okay, what's happened with these cards? Curse cards need to be played twice to remove them. Oh, interesting. So queen, king, queen. I guess, hold on, no, because I have king and then another queen. Get some magic, get some of this. Go ahead and Mana Storm. I was kind of hoping the Mana Storm would hit the 6, if I'm honest with you. Once again, I took a defense on a turn where I was not being attacked. Oops. I mean, like, taking a defense card flips over the stuff beneath it. So it's not totally senseless. Okay, that was convenient. 2, 3, 4. King gets me ace. Nothing. No meaningful damage. Do we want to... Let me take this because I think I'm about to re-roll these cards. Okay, now we got incoming. Remove a targeted playable card. Well, let's go up to ace. Take some defense this time for sure. And then which of the many kings? I guess you. What's up?
SB score and defense is a constant in all games.
Listen. There's no reason to have both offense and defense when you can completely remove defense from the game by having enough offense.
I mean, get rid of one of those king cards with the Mystic Missile, right?
Well, no, I can just play one of the kings.
Right.
And ace, like, just trying to figure out like what is the best path forward. I guess
Okay,
let's
well,
go ahead and And then, unfortunately, I mean, we're in a good position here to combo out. Ow. 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4.
4.
And then... Best I can do here is this flipping over one additional card. It was another 7. Oh, but this... never mind. We have lethal. What am I squawking about?
You did it!
I did it! There must be a way to stop this terror for good. As the creature stands dazed, weakened by your assault, you plunge your hand into its swirling, bloody core. Suddenly you feel a pulse. You grip and tear from the beast. You inspect your hand to find a bloody, beating heart. What unholy magic drives its rhythm? The creature stirs. You'd better start your investigation with haste. Oh, check it out. Check out the heart board here. Holy shit. I found a police report that was filed with the studio just before the game came out. Why wasn't this the controversy? How did they keep this quiet? Police reports are not generally publicly... right? A developer died by suicide in the studio. Here's the report I found. Be warned, it's graphic.
Oh, boy.
That's fairly graphic. Shannon Sierra. Sunday, March 5th, 1995. A break-in was reported at 22:21 when somebody arrived at the scene. Victim was found dead in the office, lying near a compact disc. Victim was found with 2 identical daggers plunged in the eye sockets. Room was locked. Security cameras confirm wounds are self-inflicted. Well, anyway, back to the game. Right? There's not actually... They don't give me anything else to do at that moment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Gem of Scrying. That seems great. Turn over more cards. So, Queen, King. I like, due to the way that card playing in the game actually works, the you have to play this card twice thing isn't actually nearly as bad of a penalty as it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because you could just keep doing the thing I've been doing. Neither of these 9/10s is particularly significant. What I really need is a 5 or a 7 to start opening the puzzle up. Okay, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. And then all the 4s. Well, 7, how about? 8, 7. That's a pretty decent combo. I could have gone 8, 9, 10. That probably would have been better.
Lazuli in the chat says, that was messed up and kind of creepy, right? Anyway, here's a wonder wall of cards.
Yeah, it is it is fascinating. Like, so I always think about problems like that as an issue of verbs. Right? Like our verbs for this game are solitaire playing based. And so whenever you put a moment into a story where the character would do something that the player doesn't have verbs for, you're introducing trouble.
Yeah, I feel like you can do the thing where you alternate gameplay with story segments, but you definitely want to have either the verbs to express yourself or something to give it a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Like it. You know, something I talked about in a video I did about the game Wednesdays, which is a visual novel, sort of, is it has this park sim bit throughout, and that gives you time to kind of process the emotional weight of the thing you experienced, and so it's giving you a verb to pass the time, and it doesn't feel abrupt like this, you know? Those are two very different games, mind you. But and I wish there was, I do wish there.
Oh no, it's oh, it wants me to die. How scary. Okay. I mean, our first battle with the glitch. I assume defense will be meaningful this time. Unusually enough. Oh. Increases health. Interesting. Well, this 5 gives me license to just sort of like walk across the bottom row here, which is pretty cool.
We take that card, will it?
So it's probably a joker, right? Probably something I pick up and just hold on to. So yeah, I should have taken it before. I was thinking, well, I don't need health right now, but that's not actually how it works. Ow. All right. Our cards here are very like oddly spread out. Okay, I'll take that. Let me heal both of us for 3. Okay. Bonus mana. Well, this is something that shouldn't affect our opponent. Oh, -10. Well, I'm glad I cast before I did that. Do I want to just burn some? Let me burn this 10. Well, let me end turn first. Let's see if we get something adjacent to the 10. We didn't. This is probably reroll time. Honestly, we're probably a little past reroll time optimally. Three and hope. Turns out not to be a real strategy. Okay. Assuming that that's going to be 3 defense for both of us. This is getting a little ugly. I don't know if there's a limit to the number of Jokers. My guess is that probably was it because there's a UI element behind them that is not like perfectly filled. I mean, if I were to Joker here, I would not be able to follow it up very far. I think we just hit on turn. That's not super compelling, but at least it's a little bit of damage. Let me just mix these up a little bit. Hey, that didn't help at all. I'm a little worried about our HP. It's the tiniest bit. I guess let's go 9-8. I probably should have gone 9-10. There's still time, but I don't want to play the wild into potentially drawing only one more card. Here we could let me get this out of here. And that's a lot of 5s. I still don't think the Joker makes sense. We are in scary shape, though.
Yeah. You
Gonna make another fake Joker.
I'm just saying you have an ace on the.
Yeah. This we're gonna save for a second. And again, like I could go this and then remove a 5. It would only flip over one more card. But if that's a 4 or a 6, obviously it gets us some pretty good value. I just don't think we can rely on it. Okay, let's go ahead and just spend this. We are unfortunately going to do very little damage this turn. But I think that was unavoidable. Don't really need to pull those just yet. I might... You know what? Go ahead and take them. Because I think we're probably going to just throw these cards back. Never mind. I don't have the recharges. Well... Yeah, I guess just take nothing. On the turn where I have given it shielding. We can flip the 3. How long does it take? They'll recharge on the next hand. Guess I'll heal both of us and just end the turn. See, it says refresh on the next hand, but it sure is not refreshing. Wouldn't you think that we have...
Yeah.
We have been on the next hand?
I think hand is like round of the game is like this fight.
Well, it better not be. So this card will kill me if we play it, I assume. I think it'll do damage to both of us. Here's a hand. Do you get it, Amabel?
Yeah.
That was a hand.
So you have the health now. You have the attack now to get him, right?
Yes. Yeah, I suppose I don't need to do anything else. Part of me wants to shuffle and just like really drive it home, but yeah, good looking out, good focus. Probably should just win the fight if I am afforded the option. You pry open your weary eyes to find yourself in a cramped, rusty jail cell. The pungent odor of blood and iron assaults your senses as you begin to gather your surroundings. It seems you aren't alone as you catch sight of another poor soul trapped in the cell with you. Perhaps together you may find a way to escape, but as you approach your cellmates, you realize they aren't breathing. This cell was their tomb, and it may yet be yours. You push those thoughts aside and focus on searching the body for anything useful. Seems like a grim thing to play cards about. Okay, so it gets weirder if you could believe it. Ook. So it gets weirder if you could believe it. Remember that true crime mystery show, Truth or Tale? I guess they did an episode on this game, but it was taken off the air after complaints. So yeah, I had to see it. This is the only partial recording of the episode I could find. God, please tell me they got Jonathan Frakes. Everybody cross all of your everything.
Can video games cause violence? That's a question many parents have been asking as video games become increasingly bloody and realistic. But tonight, we ask a different type of question. Can video games kill? Tonight we'll answer that question as we dive into the mystery of a child's strange death and the connection it might have to a disturbing banned video game. But is it the truth? Or is it just a tale?
He's doing okay. He's doing a good enough Frakes.
Timmy Garriott was always a well-behaved and kind young man. He had his eyes set on becoming an astronaut when he grew up. But after purchasing a controversial video game, those plans changed for the worse.
I didn't even know he had a copy. I don't know where he would have found it or why he'd ever want to play it. But after I found it in his computer, I knew. I knew it was responsible for what happened to him.
Tragically, Timmy was found dead at his computer. But the circumstances around his death were nothing short of extraordinary. With no trace of forced entry, fingerprints, or evidence of any kind, law enforcement found themselves stumped with no obvious leads to follow. I must warn you viewers, the footage you're about to watch, some of you may find disturbing.
I think it's fairly disturbing.
Yeah.
They aired that, huh? I guess I can see why that would get pulled off the air. So yeah, this is this thing. I think I'm good for now for Forbidden Solitaire. Yeah, Lazuli says that's a decent Frakes impression. He gets the weird cadence and the smirking tone down. I would very much have liked for them to come up with a good reason for, like, maybe we see the end of the previous report and they come back and he's like, nope, it was total bullshit. Exit to DOS. That's cute. That's cute stuff. Oh right, but it doesn't take you out of the video game. Because I gotta shut down my fake computer. Oh no, my desktop. You can see both that I play Steam and that I have that PDF open. Amabel, I just doxed myself.
Oh no.
It's good. That's good energy. You sound worried.
I don't think that's what doxing is, sweetheart.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. So there are a couple of other things that I was thinking about. Showing on the stream. Smash It Wild came out. I don't know if you remember Smash It Wild from the demo that we played some time ago. And I do think that that's cool. There's the Titanium Court. That's a thing that I would like to get into examining. There was something else. I don't remember what it was. I had a lot of stuff here that was like, yeah, maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do that. Oh, right. The Dome Keeper, the new Dome Keeper stuff. Dome Keeper released like a character pack with some like real weird characters in it. And also with it, an update for some strange stuff, including, I believe, multiplayer for the base game. You can now keep a dome together. That's neat, right?
Yeah.
Explore the world of Dome Keeper with friends, up to 4-player co-op. Or go versus in a battle to survive the longest or deliver the most resources. That's pretty cool. But I am fatigued. I'm feeling physically not that great, so I think maybe that's just going to be where we tap this out.
I think we had a nice little stream.
Yeah, I hope
Thank everyone
everybody
for hanging out with us, and
I hope everybody
we
thought
do
that
this regularly on.
the new thing was the new things were cool. These are both games that I am unlikely to try to bring to series in any kind of way, so I thought it would be good to show them off in some way.
We will be doing another stream on Sunday.
Of course, the normal Sunday show, which has structure and phases and things that happen on it.
Yeah,
We gotta come with a good name, like the Northern Lion Live Sunday show.
I think that name's taken, sweetheart.
Well, I think more people will tune in if they think Northern Lion's gonna be there.
No, that's true. We'll see you on Sunday for the Amabel and Smashy show.
Yeah, have a good day, y'all. Have a good rest of your week. There's more videos coming. Oh, I've already recorded the next couple of Phoenix points. They're bangers. There's so much shooting. And also other things. Other things are happening. I swear to God, I'm going to finish this Songs of Conquest map. It's what a nightmare. What a nightmare it has been. I have to be honest with you. I'm finding this last Songs of Conquest map for this campaign to be difficult in a way that's mostly very tedious. It's just like the guys keep respawning and you have to keep running your army over to step on them immediately when they respawn so that they don't, gather units and become unstoppable because they get such huge bonuses over you. But it means that you spend almost all your time just running over, stomping on them, and then going back to get more recruits so that when they reappear, you can run over and stomp on them without dying. And progress is very slow outside of that. And I am not having the most fun that I've ever had. But whatever, we'll get there. And also, of course, tomorrow. You know what tomorrow is. Well, if you don't know what tomorrow is, come back tomorrow to the channel and find out. And we'll see you then.